to visit the school in September.
Is it calculator, man?
Okay. So also in October, we'll continue with the visiting of schools. And most importantly, you have to share a monthly report. So the headquarters, they're going to reach out to each and every one of you, where you're going to have a personal folder for you. So when we send you the link, you're going to see a folder with your name. And in that folder, you have to give us put in all the pictures or kind of a report of what your findings are in those schools and pictures of engaging some of the students in those schools. In October, you continue visiting the schools, and of course, you still have to attend the World for Food Conference with other interns, with other fellows. If you like to present at any of these conferences, please let us know. Our fellows can present in all those webinars or conferences, or if you like to moderate or do any kind of leadership position in any of these conferences, please let us know. And then we have another webinar coming up in October, and so on and so forth. So you can see November, continue the visit, you get to attend the World Sustainability Conference, and then you keep going and you keep going, and then you need to keep updating us and doing a follow-up with all the schools in different months. In December, we have something called the Giving Back, in which the purpose is to give back to your community. So we're going to come up with a program in December, and we're going to select the best projects in December. And then in January, hopefully by the end of December, you should have Form 5 officially green. Nest is a club in the green program, so Form 5 officially green nests in your communities. So that should have been happen in December. I see that some hands are raised. I'm going to take questions after the session, after just introducing the session. Also, by January, then you need to now start following up with those schools. Just going to the schools and following up, ensuring that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Just making sure that whatever you set up, they follow those things. And so you have another conference in April to attend, and then you have another mentorship sessions, and then we'll do World Environment Day, and then that'll be graduation, and then we select the best project out of or the best fellow out of all the. So how do we evaluate the best fellow? Well, by setting up all the schools, by ensuring that you're attending meetings, by ensuring you're engaging, and making sure that you're taking part and taking attendance and of everything that you've been doing, and by impact, what impact have you made in your community? And these are some of the things. I think we've talked about this in the last class. You have a report card, which you have your monthly reports. How have you successfully implement your projects? Do you actually pass the Principles of Green and Sustainability Science course? Do you have at least 90% attendance on all our events? And of course, if that is true, then you become a graduate of the Officially Green program. So now I'm going to quickly move into. So the officiallygreen.org is something that we're still creating. Of course, the Green Institute has its own standalone website. For the 2025-2026 fellows, the project, so that goes with the research group. The project is to create the Officially Green website by the end of the fellowship. So, and then in November 15th of next year, you would have graduated from the program, but we're going to be having the Officially Green Day. So all the things that we've collected over the years, we're going to showcase them on the Officially Green Day. Think about the Officially Green Day like the way you have your World Environment Day, your World Water Day, and so on and so forth. So this day is going to be an official day to celebrate the idea of going green every single year. So next year is when we're going to do the first Officially Green Day. Now I'm going to show you the handbook that you would be using or engaging with. You're going to get this handbook. Again, this is the first time we're doing this handbook, and it's a test, and hopefully we get to have feedbacks and develop it more even for the next set of fellows coming up in 2026. So you're going to be getting a handbook. This handbook is what you're going to be using is what you're going to be giving to the schools that you're going to be, and this is going to be like the guide for them to set up an officially green nest in their school. All right, so over the course of this, I'm going to give me a second. I'm going to share a link in the chat box that has so you can also, if you would like to access that, I'm going to share that link so you can go along with me as I present. So just give me 1 second to share that link. Okay, so we have the link in the chat box. Somebody's asking when is the ongoing onboarding session for research. You should have gotten that information in the email. For you to be in this group, that means you've signed up to be an educator, not a research group, and we've actually evaluated some of your CVs and everything to be able to identify which group you fall into. Okay. All right, so let's just keep going, and then I'll take questions after this, after the onboarding session. So now you have the yeah. So you should be able to access that link. It's the same thing I'm showing you right now. So we do know what the officially green movement is, and this is kind of like a workshop so that you kind of understand. But of course, we might not be able to go through all this, but I'll try as much as possible to go through some of those things. You can go ahead by the time we have the handbook to read everything by yourself. So Officially Green is a global grassroots movement founded on the conviction that every individual, regardless of their age, can become an earth guardian through small, joyful, and consistent actions by transforming small habits into shared rituals. The movement seeks to nurture both planet and community. It also gives you an overview of how the Officially Green movement started, which I'm not going to go over. So the vision is a world where every individual lives officially green, where simple acts of care become the greatest force of planetary and social well-being. Now, for it to be officially green, it has to be accessible. It has to be low cost. So whatever it is that you're doing has to be low cost. It has to be collective. It has to be something that is done as a team. It has to be joyful and inclusive, and it has to be measurable. Again, you're going to have access to this. You can go over it at your own time. Officially green has to be practical. So we don't encourage theoretical things. So when you go to like some schools, we encourage that everything that you're doing is practical. Actions like picking up leaders, planting planting seed for a garden, turning off lights. These are the things that we're looking for. It has to be personal. So I will not do this. I will not drop my waist on the floor. It has to be participatory. It means that everybody has to work together across different kind of generations. So these are some of the things that is needed. So these are the pledges. Of course, when you're engaging with this university or with the secondary schools or primary schools, we're encouraged that you have some of the pledges with you when you're going. So maybe print out like of course, we're going to also provide the digital versions of this so you can print out when you're going to those those schools. Now, for every club that you're forming in those clubs will be referred to as the nest. We don't refer to them as a club. The nest being, just think about like a bird nest. You know, the birds start building little by little and then it becomes a nest. So it's kind of like where ideas sprout. So a nest is a local hub. It can be in a primary school, it can be under a tree, it can be in anywhere, it can be in the schoolyard, it can be in the community hall. And this is where people learn hands-on discovery and guided eco lessons and so on and so forth. So each nest, so it can be, you can have your nest in the primary school, you can have your nest in a secondary school. The goal is for them to become environmental leaders. And the way that the handbook is done is so that it is adapted by different ages and they're able to learn through different formats like storytelling. So getting started, we do advise our interns to make an officially green t-shirts, which you can do on your own. You don't have to get it from the headquarters. You just need access to the logo and you can put it on any t-shirts, white, black, preferably, t-shirts, and you can wear it on your own. So you can see a picture of a fellow from last year with an officially green t-shirt. So it's advisable to wear that t-shirt when you're going to the various schools. So first, when they're setting up a nest in the school, they have to define what's the purpose of the nest. Is going to is it going to be a weekly club? Is it going to be a monthly club where the students meet, and so on and so forth? So those are the things that you have to think about, and then you have to go to the ed teacher or the school to pitch in your idea to them. So these are some of the key stakeholders: the PTA, the Parent Teacher Association, the ed teacher, and anyone that is in charge of the school. You pitch in, then you obtain a formal approval. So you have to obtain an approval from the school that you would like to come set up a club. Um, and then you have to establish, by the time you form the club, you have to establish the governance structure. So what is the governance? You're going to have an advisor. Typically, the advisor is a teacher in the school, so that even when you're no longer with them, the teacher can continue um, the club and sustain the club. Then you have presidents, vice president, secretary, which they're going to nominate among themselves, treasurer, and so on and so forth. And then you have student ambassadors. Okay. So again, this will be made available to you so you can actually read them into details and kind of have an idea of what you want to do. Location has to be very accessible to anyone. The location for the meetings can be something that connects to nature. It can be under a tree. It can be in a garden. It can be in a schoolyard. But ensure the place wherever you choose within the school is sheltered from extreme weather conditions. So if it's raining, please feel free to use a classroom. The formats, it could be set up as a foot mats. They can sit on the floor, in a foot mat, or any kind of space that you would like it to be. Um, so now you can have different low cost materials, such as gloves, seedlings, notebooks, recycling, crafts. They can do crafts. You can ask them to get different kind of bottles and see what they can do with that. So those are some of the things that you would need on this journey. Um, Again, because of our time, I wouldn't be able to go over everything. Also, by the time you set up a nest in the school, they have to officially complete the officially green application within 2 weeks. So if once you go to a school and you launch the officially green nest within 2 weeks, they have to register with the headquarters. So they have to register with us. There's a form for that, which will be made available to you. And then you have to have a kind of a launch ceremony. So you work with the school to get just like a 30 minutes to 1 hour to launch the officially green club in the various school. And you can invite people, you can invite students, you can invite sponsors, advisors, community elders, special guests, whatever it is you want, you can also invite them. And these are examples of the things that they can do during the launch. So welcome, introductions, you give them an idea or an history of the officially green movement, and then you have them recite the 7 pledges, and so on and so forth. And so this is just an idea of what they can do when you launch the project. There is something we call the green chair. So
Hello,
you already know the green
hello.
pledge. There's 7 of them, but there's something we also call the green chair. With the green chair, it's what we call the fruit salad, and the green chair is just sometimes when the environment is dull, you try to get people, just to cheer them up. So the way it
Hello,
goes is I'm gonna try to
Hello,
so
ma.
they can set up 3 groups. You have
hello.
the watermelon group, you have the pineapple group, and then you have the karika papaya group. What you're trying to do is you're trying to make a fruit salad. So this is how it goes. By to do the green chair, you bring out someone. So it can be the ed teacher, it can be a student, it can be yourself. So you bring it, or maybe any student that is doing so well, you bring them out, and then you ask everybody to give them a fruit salad. So this is how you do it. You have 3 groups. So you divide the kids into 3 groups. So you say group 1 is watermelon, group 2 is pineapple, group 3 is papaya. So whatever you
Excuse
say, they
me
have to
now.
repeat it after you. So you say
Hello,
watermelon, then they will have to repeat watermelon, then pineapple, then they have to repeat it pineapple, Then Corico papaya, that's the third group, that's the loudest group. Then they have to say Corico papaya. Then fruit salad, fruit salad. So all together, they mix it, they mix the fruit salad, and then they give a chair to the person that
Hello.
you would like to chair. Of course, we'll have a video for this so you can have an idea of how this goes.
Hello.
And also you can
Hello,
also show them different kind
Hello.
of weekly activities. You
Ma.
don't have to do all these things. That's why you have a staff advisor in the school, but they have to have an access to the handbook.
Ma'am, we have signed for education group.
Okay, so um so these are some of the weekly meetings. We're going to, in the handbook contains different kind of weekly activities according to the pledges. So I'm not going to go over this, but you can see you have pledge one. These are just examples of things that they can do. If it's a primary school, these are examples of things they can do. If it's a secondary
Hello.
school, this is an example of activities that they can do. So we've done it in such a way that it's easy for you to pick different activities that they can engage in the school over the course of the year. So these are just different activities. Trash bank. You can establish a trash bank in a school, and so on and so forth. So play two again. I would eat and drink moderately because I know some people don't have access to food and water. You can just the activity for them might be, oh, we're not going to take soda for that week, we're just going to take water. That can be an activity. An activity can be that for secondary school students it might be to calculate, the daily sugar, salts, and calorie intake that they have or they take every day, and things like just different ways that you can engage them. And so again, these are just examples of different activities that they can do, which you can go over on your own. So yeah, so you have different activities that they can. These are just suggestions. You don't have to do all the activities. You can come up with your own activities, and that is fine. You can pick and choose anything that you would want. Okay. Yeah. So again, you can also encourage them to celebrate different kind of environment holidays or events. You can encourage them to celebrate the World Cleanup Day, which is the third Saturday of every September. You can encourage them to celebrate World Food Day, which is October 16th, March 21st, World Bicycle Day. So each of those days corresponds with the different pledges. Again, they don't have to do all of those things. It's up to you to pick and choose whatever it is that you would like to do. So if it's October, you can decide, oh, I want to talk to the kids about the pledge number 2. Right? And in doing that, this is what they're going to engage with. Okay. So let's just keep going. And of course, you have to monitor what they're doing. So that is why you would have set up like a governance structure. So the students themselves, they can keep track of what they're doing. As you have a secretary, you have a president, you have a vice president, so they'll be able to keep track of what they've been doing. Okay. Yeah, and so on and so forth. You can also come up with awards, recognitions, and rewards for kids that are doing well. Can be like a badge or something. Again, the school can decide on what they want to do. Your job is to start up the program. By the time we give them the handbook in the school, they can do whatever they want with the handbook and follow some of these instructions. So again, this is just a guide. Now we're talking about the officially green logo. This is the officially green logo, and these are the colors. Please ensure that whatever you're doing, when you're writing letters to school, when you're printing T-shirts, whatever it is that you're doing, ensure that you do not distort the officially green logo. You can use it as it's in 3 different versions, which is green, the colored version, or the black and white, or the monochrome version, depending on what you're trying to print it on. But please do not use any other colors like yellow or red or blue or white. Just let us stick to the green color or the monochrome color. And these are just information about the logos on how you can use them or reuse them. And lastly, you're going to have an appendix page. In the appendix page, It's going to be live on the website. It's not there yet, but it's going to be live on the website, where you can download different toolkits to use. So you don't have to do everything from scratch. You don't have to do everything by yourself. Again, this can be made accessible to the staff advisors in the school and to the students. So if they need to do anything, they can go on the website and download any of this appendices or toolkits for them to use. So for instance, if they need to write a letter somewhere, we have examples of how those letters should be written. We have examples of the Constitution and so on and so forth. Okay. So yeah, that's the handbook, which we're gonna share with you over the course of the coming week via email, so you can have access to the handbook, and you can use them in the various schools that you would like to visit. At this point, I know that's a lot of information and a lot that we need to take in, but I will welcome questions. If you have questions, please have your hands raised. So we have hand raised by Abiata Cosma. If you would like to unmute yourself, and please go ahead. Thank you.
Yes, hi, Denike. I signed up for the research group, not the education group. And also in the email, as I say also in the chat, that most of us sign up for the research. In the email that I received yesterday, it says that I'm part of the education. And then right below it, it says that we will be doing a research-based project. So I'm trying to figure out where the confusion is.
Interesting. So, I mean, maybe there's some kind of mix-up. There's a lot. We have lots of fellows that applied. I don't know why that is. Probably that probably is an error from the headquarters. What you can do is please send an email to the institute. Again, we have meetings like every Friday. So this week is for the education group. Next Friday is for another group, and upper Friday is for another group. So you can attend the research group by I'm not sure if it's next week Friday or upper week Friday. Should have gotten that email in the email. It's the same link. So it's the same link for today. It's just different dates.
Yeah. So this is.
So if you're interested in the research group, you can attend the research onboarding session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can still participate in that one, because Fridays it's my week, my working time. So I had to take the day off just to be here today, which is a bit disheartening, to be honest.
So sorry. Well, the research group, I think the research group is upper Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Not next week Friday, the upper one. I forgot what day is that, but you can look that up.
Hello.
But I'll put in. Please feel free to email, and yeah.
Okay, I'll send an
Do you have
email
any
and
other?
I'll take it from there. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
please
sign
do.
up now then.
Yeah, thank
Have
you.
a good day. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
A quick one. David from Sierra Leone. Is the handout going to be available either in the PDF form or in the hard copy to every ambassador? Or
I can't hear you very well, please.
I said this is David from Sierra Leone talking. Like the handout of this, the presentation that you did showing the screen. Is it going to be available either in hard copy or soft copy?
So over the course of next week, we're going to send you the educators group. We're going to send you an email. In the email, we're going to show you where to download the art book and where to download all the toolkits that you're going to be needing over the course of this program. So yeah, it's not going to be available in hard copy because we have our fellows all around the world. So we're not going to start mailing them. We're going to have it as a PDF format.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. No problem
Yeah.
about that. All matter
Yeah,
that
you're
is
going to have
available.
access to it as a PDF format.
Okay. So another question.
Mhm.
And the previous time I saw an email about applying for a country director or something like that. Is there any information about that?
Yeah, I'm sure there's already an email sent out to people that apply for country directors. I think they have a meeting the last Friday of August. You should have gotten an
Okay.
email in regards to that. So people that have been chosen to be country directors should have gotten an email. So if you don't get an email,
Okay, because why I asked about that, because I do apply for that, but I haven't seen any email for that. So
I think
just curious to ask.
they've sent out an email for people that would like to be country directors. I think an email has been sent already.
Well, maybe I will try to check my spam email, but I'm not sure if I has anything like that.
Again, what you can do is send an email to the headquarters to see what's going on with your application. But an email has been sent out to the chosen country directors already.
Oh,
And I
I'll do
think
that.
when you
But
send out,
how can I email the head office?
I've put the email in the chat box.
Okay, I'll try to look at it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
God
have
bless
another
you.
hands up, my friend. Yes,
Yes.
yes, we are listening. We have
Callistus.
the yeah. So they have the research group. The research group I think is next week Friday. I think.
I've
There is
not
some. Thank you so
I've
much.
not
I had recorded raised a hand. I don't know if I can go ahead.
Yes, please go ahead. I can't see you, but
Thank
yeah.
you so much. Thank you so much. So I was just revising what we you taught us actually during the launch about the categories, the advocacy, the innovation, and the education. And I realized that actually advocacy is what you said. You'll have schools, that's primary and secondary, and you said you'll have some clubs, like 5 clubs. Innovation, you talked about the nest and 10 members, university, at least one university and all that. And then education is what you said, research. So I don't know, but from the way you have taken us through the launch, I think it's typically pointing towards advocacy. And surely most of us, including myself, had applied for the research. So this research is falling under which category? Is it under innovation now? Is it under advocacy, or where exactly? Because there were 3 groups. Second question, um, following what you have taken us through, it means that actually we need probably to prepare well in terms of traveling. If, for example, the schools are a bit far away, 5 schools cannot be all close. At least in my locality where I am in Kenya, there are schools that are a bit sparse from one place to the other. You need to walk a bit, some 3 to 4 kilometers away. How will this one be catered for? Thank you.
Yes. So sorry, before you respond to this man, can I please ask a question? So you can look at both of the questions together because they are quite similar. So
You have muted, Dr. Adenike.
Yes, I'm sorry, I can't hear anything that you've said. I don't know if it's from my end, but the volume is very low.
Oh, can I repeat?
Yes, but I don't know if it's just from me. I just want to confirm if it's from me, but I can't really hear what you're saying.
I think it's
Let me
from you
repeat.
because we can hear him very
because
clearly.
Very well.
all of us had what
from
he
you.
asked,
We
and that's why I
can
said
hear
I
you
have similar
clear,
questions.
loud and clear.
Maybe I can repeat. Can you hear me now?
I'll try. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me shout. I was saying that from the previous launch, there were 3 categories of programs that we were to join. One was advocacy, innovation, and education. And you
Okay.
plainly explained very well that advocacy will involve schools, where that means there will be primary and secondary schools, and people will come up with 5 clubs, actually. And then innovation, you talked about Nest, and we'll have 10 members who will be having at least one university to work with. And then education, you said we'll have research, and people will carry out research. So when you have taken us through education here, I realize that it's more of advocacy than education that you took us through during the launch. And myself personally, I applied for the research. So I was wondering, was I the one who didn't hear you well, or what could be the problem? Number two, you have said that people who want research can again send an email. Now, what category is this research? They are going to send a mail under which category? Is it under advocacy, under innovation, or there is another category introduced as research? Number three, I said that this program, the way you have explained also, it involves too much of you have to plan for traveling from one place to the other. People like me, for example, these schools are not so close to each other. You realize that one school can be 4, 3, or 2 kilometers apart. And that means we have to plan, especially in terms of fare and all that. Is there any plan in that category, in that place, probably how you'll be catered for, because this is a weekly meeting that needs actually resources to be able to fulfill what is required. There is a monthly report, weekly follow-ups. So how is it going to be done? Thank you. Have you heard me well now?
Yes, I heard you very well.
Thank you so much. Thank you
So
so
it
much for
seems
that
like,
question. Exactly
sorry, before we
what
move
is
forward
on
to
my
the
mind.
questions, please. If you have a question, just
Thanks, Callistus.
hold on. Can we just have a hands raised when you have questions so that we don't so it seems like everybody in this group is a research group.
It's something like that
Yes,
because
ma'am.
even
Seems
even
so.
Yes,
myself,
please.
I applied.
Please.
I
They
applied
are
for
all for
That
research.
is
research, and that's
I am doing
yeah,
myself in
that is the
education.
situation.
I applied for research.
I am so
I
sorry.
think
It seems
I think the mix up is from you.
it seems there's been some kind of mix up somewhere.
And
Yeah,
you are
because all of
you
us that apply, we apply
are
for
still,
research and not for educators. So, but I'm seeing you are talking about education. So,
you are talking about advocacy.
So
yes, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah, you're
ma'am.
right.
We
You're right.
applied for research.
Exactly. Same here.
Yes,
And
we
research
applied
was
for
under
research.
the education category. So research
it's
was under
fine,
the
it's
education
fine, it's fine,
category,
it's
and we
fine.
all went for education. So I
It's
think
fine.
there's a
We
mix-up
need
in the category
research-based
that's
projects.
Exactly. So I'm seeing it from that point.
And doctor, to think we tried to call your attention to no avail. We kept going and going.
Thank you for calling my attention to that. So we'll have to reschedule the meeting because the meeting for today was for the advocacy. I think it's a mistake from the headquarters. They have told me something else. So apologies about that. Because for the research group, I am the person. We have a sorry, it's raining over here. But for the research group, we have another person that is in charge of that. And what we've done is we've notified her that it's going to be next week. So we might need to reschedule this meeting again. So sorry about that.
No problem.
What days are usually okay for everyone so we can reschedule?
Let's say Sundays or maybe Mondays, because let's say the weekend.
Not Mondays.
Not Mondays. I have exam
That's why
on
I said
Tuesday.
weekend. That's why I said the weekend.
Not
The
Mondays.
weekend.
Yes, yes.
Fridays,
The
okay.
On
weekend.
Friday is okay.
I
Friday is
think we
okay.
can do.
I think we can make it Saturday because
We can do this on a Friday next week.
Saturday will be better for everyone, being a weekend, and at the same time it can work for everyone. Let's give you two on the wall,
suggesting
please.
3 days.
Let's spread the wall a bit.
Audience, please.
Can we be civil?
All right. So sorry about the mix-up. We can reschedule this meeting if you would like, Saturday or Friday. Maybe there's a way to same time. So maybe there's a way to do a poll. Is everybody okay with Saturday? Because I think we have another group next week on the same time on Friday. So but it seems everybody's saying Friday now, so I don't know. Let's create a poll. So sorry, apologies. Must have been a mistake. But the headquarters informed me that it was the school group that was for this week. So that was why we're trying so hard to so what day is good for you? So choice 1, Friday. Choice 2, Saturday. All right. So let's can we take a poll real quick just to see what day is good for everyone? So we have pick the best day actually. Vikrant, it seems you have your hands up. Is it the same issue?
Hey, Anika, thank you for that. Apologies for the entire mix-up that's happened. I'm sure that we'll figure it out. What I wanted to actually bring to your attention was the fact that people that wanted to be a part of this group did not have access to this group. So a lot of them have been reaching out on the official WhatsApp group or the unofficial WhatsApp group, whichever one was being spread around during the induction. And well, about the country representatives, have the emails been rolled out to the ones that have applied, or has the emails been rolled out to the ones that have been selected? Could you just give me a little more clarity on that front?
Definitely, I think I am having some technical issues because I cannot hear you. So it's definitely from my side. And I don't want to say you have to shout again. I don't
I'll
know.
just type in chat.
Yeah, maybe you can type in the chat. That would be good. All right. So far we have a tie, kind of. We have about 98 people that have taken the poll. If you still want to take more, so some people say Friday, some people say Saturday. Saturday seems like the highest. So if you want us to do next week, Saturday, we'll definitely do that, and we'll send you a link of the same link, but we'll send you a message to this group. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. The research group it's a different kind of group. It's more technical. So a lot of people will you have a resource person that will actually come for that one for the research group. So the research group doesn't need like a handbook because it's mostly research. So somebody said they have exams on Saturday. Interesting. So do we agree that we can do the meeting for Saturday? Is that okay? Okay. So we'll send some so they can participate on weekends. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. Even though this is not sustainable, there are two things. We can do the meeting on Saturday, or we can send out a calendar invite to everyone for Friday and Saturday. So we can have two sessions since this falls is from our own hand. So we can have two sessions. So if you're able to attend Friday, that is fine. And if you're able to attend Saturday, that is fine. So we'll send out like a calendar invite to everyone. And then we take it from there. So I think that would solve the problem. By Saturday, I'm not saying tomorrow, I'm saying next week, Saturday. So next week, Friday, or next week, Saturday. Okay. So we'll do that. So apologies to everyone for the mix-up and for taking out your precious time this Friday, because I know that there's a lot that we can be doing on the Friday nights, maybe watching a movie or going out or doing a lot of stuff. So apologies for that. So are there any other questions? If you have any questions, you can please type them in the chat, because it seems that I'm having a problem with my audio. So it said, is there any developments pertaining the country representatives? What I heard is that emails have been sent out, but if emails have not been sent out, I'll check with the headquarters again. So I've made a note for that. Country representatives. So for the country representatives, there was a group that looked at the CVs, and I think they made a selection of the representative for each country. An email should have been sent out already to those that are selected, but again, I will check just to make sure that it has been sent out. But the report I got that an email has been sent out, but I'll do a check with the headquarters to ensure that you get an email. The second question is, what's the status of any dedicated group of each? Yes, dedicated groups. Okay. For the dedicated groups, we wanted to use the WhatsApp. I'm not sure if everybody's on WhatsApp. It just seems easier to do, and I think we've sent out a WhatsApp link to everyone. Again, we can always resend that group. I know you said you wanted we can use Discourse and things like that, which is fine, but it seems like some of our fellows are also in areas with low internet connection, and they might not be able to access that platform. That's just my only fear. But with WhatsApp, it seems like everybody can navigate WhatsApp group. So we'll use WhatsApp for that. Yeah. Yes, so we will send the WhatsApp link. We will send the WhatsApp link again to the. So what I'm going to be doing is after this, I mean, there's an attendance sheet, but again, it's not really relevant because we made the attendance for education group. But I mean, I can I'll just share that, so you can have that. But yeah. So after this, by Monday, someone will reach out to you with. So it's going to be on Monday because it's already weekend, so the headquarters is already closed by this time. But on Monday, somebody will reach out to every one of you and share a link, a calendar link. The calendar link will have two options. You can choose to attend the Friday session, or you can choose to attend the Saturday session. Then also in the email, you're going to get an email with a WhatsApp link. You're going to get that over email because I don't have that. So on Monday, the headquarters will send an email to every one of you with a WhatsApp link and also the ability to choose Friday or Saturday. Okay. Do we have any other questions? If you have any other questions, please feel free to put them in the chat box. If not, again, sincerely apologize. And I wish you guys a lovely I wish you guys a lovely weekend and stay green. Thank you.
Recording stopped.